culture is a collection of patterns at the very basic level. Okay, the original word comes from a French word which means to cultivate, to grow, and to nourish, but in the context of earth and farming. So this word has been taken out of that context and put on the context of a human civilization. So what is effectively culture? As he said traditions earlier. It's traditions, but traditions are effectively guidelines for behavior if you think about it. Right? Which guides, this is good behavior, we should do more of this. This is bad behavior, we shouldn't do any of this. And it's a collection of these, there's art in there, there's cognitive science in there, there's traditions and patterns, customs, and there's a whole bunch of these things that inform culture, right? But if you think about, close your eyes and think about a motorcyclist globally, you'll hear a loud exhaust, for example. If you think about a motorcycle festival, you'll hear and somebody trying to kill their engine, right? These are the high points of what we absorb in the passing. And these very rapidly become a representation of who we are.
You know what? That was just not the scene for me.
Why?
For me, I like when I think about motorcycling, the first thing I think about is being outdoors, somewhere beautiful, and maybe a couple of people around.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. See, look, aspirationally, that is the right thing to do. I'm thinking about the 3 years of people who are aspiring to get their first bike. And then there's 3 years of people who've just got their first bike. They're worried about the process of motorcycling and they're trying to understand how this game is played.
Okay.
These guys will go online first. And hopefully online they'll make friends. And these friends will guide them to a better place because they're friends. But that's not where it starts. It starts with somebody saying, see, my bike is doing 240 down this expressway. And why is that popular? Because YouTube will show you what you think you need to see. And when you watch it, then you confirm that this was indeed what you were looking for in the first place.
Okay.
Right? You can play with the algorithm if you want to try it. You take your YouTube account and you start browsing videos that are very specific to a subject. Choose a subject. Botany, if you like. Romantic films, whatever. If you choose that subject and watch enough videos, then YouTube will only ever show you videos on that subject. So if you watch 3-4 reels of people doing stupid things on a public road on a motorcycle, your content creation, your content consumption will very rapidly start changing direction, and that's all you will see. And you can go so far down that rabbit hole over those 3 years that you're pining for your, I want to become a motorcyclist, I need to get my license. You might think that doing drag races on public roads and riding like an ass on up a mountain road, getting caught by the police, this is all there is to motorcycle culture. This is the life that you're born to. If you look at some of the American group ride videos, have you seen them? Large groups of motorcycles. Not always the same kind of motorcycles. So there'll be cruisers and dirt bikes in the same group and all of that.
Okay.
They're clogging the highways.
Okay.
In the clog, they're frustrating drivers left, right, and center. Sometimes the drivers will retaliate. Sometimes they won't. They're messing with the police. They're pulling stunts in those groups.
Wait. I think I know what the this podcast title is. Let's build a better motorcycling culture in India. I've got it. I get it.
That's not the title of this podcast.
Okay.
That's the title of MotorInc.
Okay.
All we've ever done is try to build better culture for car drivers and motorcyclists. Like, what have we done that does not talk to that from day one, Karthik?
This one is clearly like, stop doing this nonsense.
No. Look, my agenda is much simpler. Okay, when you go to India Bike Week, for example, or Rider Mania, for example, that's the first time you'll physically encounter a large group of motorcyclists in one place. Or, let me put it accurately, a large group.
He's really going to places that are ranty. Okay, so
No, hang on. I'll give you the other example also. These are the popular examples, and nobody knows about the other ones.
No, because you went to social media, now you've gone to.
It's important because it is overwhelmingly what people are seeing of culture today. It is super important that you know that what you're seeing is stupid and you shouldn't be doing it, because I'll tell you what happens next. You remember, if you live in Bengaluru today, if you wear riding gear, proper riding gear, and you go out for a ride, chances are you'll get harassed by the police. And I don't think the police is responsible for this. I think you are responsible for it. Enough people before you have done something stupid often enough for the police to correlate 1-to-1 that if I see an expensive helmet, I see a riding jacket, I see gloves, and I see a GoPro on your helmet, you're about to do something stupid, or you've just finished recording yourself doing something stupid. The police organization is a pattern recognition organization. We are being profiled as people who are either criminals or about to become criminals by default. That is a cultural failure. All the human activity that goes into creating these cultural failures is something we have to prevent, because remember what I said, it is our job to be good representatives of society. Otherwise, it just becomes easier and easier to get us legislated out of existence. It is, to me, a critical problem. And as a 20-year-old, you may not appreciate the gravity of it. As a 50-year-old, honestly, I don't give two hoots, because I don't think it's going to happen in my riding career, which is 15 years more, I think. You guys should be thinking about this, because you technically could be riding for 40 years. You'll probably get legislated out in the next 25. That's why good culture is important. Okay?
Shumi is always like that. He's always kidding around and also dead serious. There's a lot more of that style of conversation on the main MotorInc channel, so head out and catch the full conversation.